Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review of the movie Shelter, starring Jason Statham. And I thought that this was okay. Now, looking at the thumbnail, you're like, okay, you're giving it a thumbs down. It's like, yeah, because it's not really that good, but it's better than certain other bad Jason Statham movies, so it kind of gets in the middle, but it's an action movie that just gets in its own way to a degree. It's like almost 2 hours, and it's like, uh, can we kind of get along with this? Because I understand that they're pretty much setting up the stuff in the beginning of him being alone and isolated in this Scottish island, in the Scottish Isles. Uh, this dude and this girl are bringing him supplies. She leaves like a gift for him, and he's just like, screw this kind of shit. Just him and his dog, him drinking. He's like, all right, cool, cool, cool. Then we see that they're delivering again, and the storm kind of sweeps up. She's like taking him to task for not like taking the gift. Some people say thank you and all that kind of shit. But the storm fucks her over. She's pretty much pulled under. Her uncle, we learn, is the one in the trawler, and he gets pretty much drowned. And Statham pops up and goes, ah, fuck shit, and gets her out and pretty much takes care of her. Her ankle's kind of fucked up. He does go into town to get her clothes and everything, as we see them kind of like bonding a little bit on what's going on. We also get that there's this government program that is gathering data on citizens and everything, and it's very kind of surface level. I don't know what it was attempting to pretty much say otherwise that this is bad and trying to mash it together of some kind of taken John Wickish kind of thing. Because we even get like a dog dying as well. With Jason Statham in it and just kind of like going by those kind of numbers. It's like, all right. I mean, Jason Statham's better in it than certain kind of other ones that have popped up recently, but it's just they don't really give him much else to do other than be like, ooh, ooh. Like he was pretty much tasked with killing this dude who had like defected from Iran and had helped them out. And they're like, kill his ass. It's like, but we said we'd protect him and shit. And we see that that's Bill Nighy's character. He kind of falls on a proverbial sword, but then it's like put into like, yeah, you can do whatever you want now because you're not in the public spotlight and everything. It's like, yes. And then pretty much just, it goes to show that these kind of dated things and like who watches the watchers, you kind of have to watch out for that shit. But then we see that like his protege that pretty much took over pretty much has nothing really to do other than pretty much be the stooge of him to like look in, get like certain kind of plot exposition dumps or whatnot, or to find out where Jason Statham's character Mason is. And it's like, okay. And him taking care of Jesse, he served with the Royal Marines. Let's see. Yeah, conduct Black Ops. He identifies him as a terrorist, and they order a kill order on him, and they just send a team there. It's like, yeah, you should like check that shit, because he had pretty much been put. They had someone had put. He'd been taken pretty much from the databases, and he had a fake identity on him. But somebody else put a terrorist kind of dude on him, and they just come up and they're like, what the fuck's kind of going on here? Like, yes, it could be a terrorist, but it just like, wouldn't you question anything before going on these and like getting these assets into play? Because we then also see the lady who had taken over puts another asset in play, and he almost immediately goes rogue because Bill Nighy's character's like, yeah, I want you to go kill this dude. It's like, okay. And it's like, well, all right. And she really doesn't do much. It's like, this dude's gone rogue. It's like, wouldn't this be a bigger problem? Oh yeah, also Jason Bourne kind of shit. It's mainly Taken plus Jason Bourne. I'm like, oh, okay. So he pretty much takes out these guys on this island, which is done kind of like, I understand Jason Statham is like the proto Jason Bourne in this kind of whole universe, but these people are supposed to be like an elite kill team, and he just fucking wrecks their shit like ain't nobody's business. I mean, yes, they kill his dog, but he's able to pretty much like rack the shit out of them. I mean, one of them was trying to take the girl out, like actually extract her. He shoots the dude's leg out and then fucking shoots him in the head. So he pretty much takes her off of the island. Let's see. So then they pretty much go through, and it's like, okay, this is like almost 2 hours. They're going through trying to get to this dude. They go into a farmhouse to pretty much steal a truck kind of shit, but they get accosted by the father and son duo there. This was a little bit interesting because he pretty much works it out with the father, but the son calls in the police, which then leads to the agent pretty much being able to figure out where they're at. And then he just starts sniping the shit out of people. And the thing is, it really fucking sucks because his father's one of the casualties. Like, oh shit, I wish they kind of looked into that and dug that a little bit deeper because Mason wasn't going to hurt him or anything. But the thing is, we've got this unknown sniper going on, and the police are still going after fucking Jason Statham. It's like, what? He doesn't even have the gun anymore that the kid, like, called in. He doesn't even have the gun, but it's like, let's go after him. It's very strangely done. I understand you're trying to do an action movie, but yet your action should also have internal logic as well. You just don't want random dudes fighting for fuck's sake. It has to make internal logic to the movie. And we got a fucking sniper-ass dude doing shit, and it's like, should we deal with that? Because they're taking out, like, our police friends. No? Why? Because we're the red shirts. The plot demands red shirts and ass kicking. So, commence. It's like, fuck. Alright. But they get into, like, a little car chase and everything. She's trying to figure out what's kind of going on with him, if he's got a family, and she's trying to be like, she's lost everybody at this point. And the actress who does Jessie does a pretty good job. She's not... They could have made her just the annoying teenager, but she's pretty much lost all of her family at this point. She's like, listen, please don't leave me the fuck alone. Everybody's done that. And I'm just freaking the fuck out on this shit. It's like, yep. Now, if you do get annoyed with her, I can kind of understand that. But the thing is, they don't go and make her complete annoying teenager route here. So, I kind of hand it to him. It's like, alright, fine. So, he's trying to pretty much get... Mason is smart and dumb in this movie. Because his whole idea is to get her to disappear. He's talking to his one friend who Jesse's able to find out has cancer. He's like, hey, can you take her and, like, protect her? And she's like, I might not even see you next Christmas, my friend. His idea is to take her to a human trafficker to get her out of the country. Now, I understand black market and, like, getting people and smuggled around, everything like that, but human traffickers are a different kind of story. I mean, yes, they move people like cargo, but it's usually kind of... It's not like somebody who's... It's not like an underground kind of railroad of like, okay, you need to get the fuck out of here. Alright, I do this shit and everything. Human traffickers, like, I take people and I sell them. At least that's the connotation I get, so I'm like, your idea is to do this? Alright. Let's see here. And of course, Mason's like, I'm going to take this motherfucker out. Bill Nye, Manafort. And do this kind of shit. Let's see, they go to pretty much Kamal's nightclub in London. And pretty much tells him, do this shit for me. And I'm going to go take out the motherfucker that could come out and kick your ass. Because they were allowing him to do this kind of shit. And it's like, that says a lot about all you dumb motherfuckers. And then we get these guys kind of dressed like John Wick characters, which is Manafort's kill team. And the other woman's like, shit, we've got 2 kill teams on site. It kind of echoes a little bit of the nightclub kind of John Wick fights that we get. It's a little bit cleaner, a little bit interesting as he's trying to protect Jessie and get her out. Fighting through like bathroom stalls and everything like that. Pretty good gunplay throughout it. It just doesn't feel like it has its own kind of flavor, if that makes sense. It's more like, oh, we saw John Wick, we're gonna ape that shit. It's like, I don't mind people being inspired by John Wick and understanding what that means, but give it your own kind of flavor and not just like do the basic shit and just be like, okay. I mean, it's competently executed. It's just, if you're gonna sell me a burger, or want me to come to your burger place over another burger place, give me a little bit something that makes it kind of unique. You can do that with certain seasonings on the burger, certain cheeses, certain buns, certain condiments. Because it's, yeah, on the one hand, you've got it as a basic ass burger, but with action scenes, you can do a lot of different stuff. See, like, you can do the same kind of thing. How does he move and operate throughout the building? How does he try and protect people? Does he try to protect people? Does he try to utilize people as objects and obstacles for his opponents? Kind of like in John Wick's case, as he tactically utilizes a lot of different kind of things around him. That kind of effect. And then we see him pretty much fighting the other lady's team, and he does get to Jessie, and gets her pretty much to a boat, where he then has his kind of like lone one-on-one fight. It's funny because it's like, Jessie, get in the boat. Jessie, get in the boat. It's like, ah, shit, the motherfuckers are here. And then he fucking tosses her, and it seemed like it was a lot higher than it was, because when he tossed her, it was a little bit lower. I'm like, all right, fine. And then we get a decent final action scene with this. I mean, how Jason Statham takes the dude out with like this kind of pipe thing and cracking his neck was pretty awesome. There were less jump cuts here, which I'm like, thank you, but the operative has like no personality whatsoever. Like, we don't see him getting really frustrated or anything. It's just like blank slate kind of shit, which I guess kind of works, but it doesn't really make for an interesting fight because he just does basic action stuff, not emotionless action stuff, if that makes sense. Like, we don't see him just like go in complete tactical mode. It's just like, all right. So we see that she's pretty much getting taken to Spain. Mason, of course, confronting Manafort. He's like, I'm doing all my shit. You broke the rule of loyalty. And it's like, the Iranian scientist was supposed to have your loyalty. And they're like, fucking kill him. And it's like, no, you fucking asshole. And he's the disloyal one. All right, fine. You're God. Fuck off. And he just shoots him and is like, fuck that, I'm not living a life of obedience, fuck you, asshole. And then, of course, we get to 3 months later, Roberta wanting to bring Mason in, and has Jessie under surveillance to pretty much get to him. Roberta is the woman that took over for Manafort, and we see that she's just kind of like chilling and reading, and then she gets a thing from a waitress, chess piece from Mason, because they were playing chess on the island, and then he kind of walks away, and she's kind of running out to try and see him, but doesn't see him. It's like, oh, okay, so we survived. They could link up together. Okay. Let's see. I don't know if this would get another a sequel or anything, but I'm kind of okay. Its budget was $50 million. It made $53.9. I would recommend other kind of action movies out there. This is competent enough where if you need some kind of time waster or just kind of want to see something new but something the same, you'd be all right with it. It's a decent enough Statham movie where it doesn't feel like he's just collecting a paycheck. It's like, sweet Jesus, yeah, I've got my name on this kind of stuff, but good luck to you, my friends. Like, it actually feels like he's got a little bit more kind of involvement and actually cares about what's kind of going on, but not to the certain kind of level of certain kind of other movies where you really see him kind of going in with it. Or even like the Fast and Furious franchise, where you could just see him understanding the character, having fun with it, and doing crazy ass shit with it. You know, there's kind of levels where, or in the Expendables, where he, even though that's like a loaded fucking cast, kind of like the Fast and the Furious, he at least has fun with it because it's like, hey, he's the knife man, yeah, yeah, kind of shit. You know what I mean? And then he's able to kind of do shit with that. It's just basic, but more on kind of like on the bad side of the basic, where it starts to kind of flirt with things that are just like, what? And it's just like, all right, there's like better movies that have these kind of concepts that I would recommend Bourne, John Wick, and Taken to watch over this one. But if you're like, I kind of want a little something different, but still the same, kind of like, it's almost like if you're choosing between like fast foods, if you're like, Though, grant there's some kind of difference in taste. It's like, if you usually eat McDonald's and you want to go for Burger King, this is kind of your Burger King. If you're in the mood for it. I don't know why I go to food analogies, but sometimes it's just easier to kind of like put it on that kind of level. So those are my opinions on the movie. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.